What he means is Old Testament, Mr. Mayor. Real wrath of God type stuff.
Go yourself.
Fire and brimstone coming down from the skies. Rivers and seas boiling.
Go yourself.
Mass hysteria.
Well, Thanksgiving just ended, and it seems we are back on the train to Crazy Town because word on the street is that Elon Musk is looking at buying Hasbro.
What?
Elon Musk has a big problem with Dungeons and Dragons, and that squarely sets the corporate giant in the sights of Elon Musk's purchasing power. Elon Musk has a serious bone to pick with Jason Tondro over at Hasbro of how he treated Gary Gygax and other original creators of Dungeons and Dragons. And so we all know what happens when Elon Musk has a bone to pick.
Go yourself.
If you're new here, I'd like to thank you for stopping by and checking out this video, and maybe give a subscribe on your way out if you feel I deserve it. And let's get into it. The article posted today, written by Michael Gwilliam. The link will be in the description below, as always. Elon Musk hints at buying Hasbro for Dungeons and Dragons after announcing AI game studio. The same day Elon Musk announced he would be starting his own AI game studio to make video games great again, he teased purchasing Hasbro to secure the rights to Dungeons and Dragons. A lot of people don't know that Elon Musk here is a real big gamer. Elon Musk may be the world's wealthiest man, but he's also an elite gamer. There you go. Having shockingly become Diablo 4's best player after setting a world record in the game's hardest challenge. On November 27th, after hearing a fan complain about manipulative BS, that's that bullshit, that goes on in game development, Musk announced plans to change things. Then here's a tweet from Elon Musk himself. Too many game studios that are owned by massive corporations. At XAI is going to start an AI game studio to make games great again. And then there's the tweet that he responded to from this Nakamoto guy. I don't understand how game developers and game journalism got so ideologically captured. Gamers have always been trolls, anti-greedy corporations, anti-BS. Gamers have always rejected dumb, manipulative BS and can tell when someone is an outsider poser. Why lean into the BS? Now it seems like Musk has his eyes set on another property and is seeking to change the way it's run. Elon Musk toys with buying Hasbro for Dungeons and Dragons. Get it? Toys. Back on November 22nd, Musk took issue with Dungeons and Dragons product lead Jason Tondro's comments in the 40th anniversary Making of D&D book, where he distanced himself from the fantasy tabletop games creators in the book's foreword. Yeah, this is the whole thing into itself. Here's a tweet from Grums on November 21st, where he says, Dungeons and Dragons creators, Gygax, and others are erased and slandered at the same time. Wizards of the Coast and Hasbro just released the new Player's Handbook and Dungeon Master's Guide, as well as the 40th anniversary Making of D&D book, whose foreword slams the original creators and attempts to distance. And then here's Elon's response. Nobody, and I mean nobody, gets to trash Gary Gygax and the geniuses who created Dungeons and Dragons. What the is wrong with Hasbro and Wizards of the Coast? May they burn in hell. And that got almost 21,000 likes. With 2.2 thousand replies. A week later, on November 27th, this ex-user posted a screenshot showing Tondro's response to Musk's prior concerns. When addressing Musk's criticism of the book, Tondro explained that he and others agreed that backlash would come from, quote, progressives and people from underrepresented groups who justly took offense at the language of the original Dungeons and Dragons.
Everybody offends me.
However, while he didn't expect the criticism to come from old school players like Musk, he dismissed their comments. I just don't take those critiques seriously even now. I consider those people not worthy listening to, so I didn't anticipate their outrage. Here's a tweet stating, "Rest in peace, Dungeons and Dragons. Jason Tondro, the project lead of D&D and senior designer at Hasbro's Wizards of the Coast, explains that the intended audience is woke and that Wizards of the Coast doesn't give a damn about what Elon Musk or any other grognard thinks," grognard being a slur. Here's Elon's response. How much is Hasbro? Although the ex-owner didn't elaborate on a potential purchase, if Musk does end up acquiring Hasbro, he would also secure the rights to Transformers, Axis and Allies, Monopoly, Magic the Gathering, and even My Little Pony. Where's G.I. Joe? Where's the intellectual property that saved Hasbro's ass at least 3 times from closing their doors?
Chad, why are you so insensitive?
How come G.I. Joe's never mentioned? I'm so freaking tired of that. Redheaded stepchild. Then the article ends up with, "We'll have to wait and see how this unfolds and if Musk is serious about potentially acquiring the entertainment juggernaut."
Now we know.
All right, so a couple of thoughts that I have just right off the top of my head reading this article. One, Elon Musk and Bob Iger don't get along. I mean, everyone's seen this clip, right?
Go yourself. Is that clear? Hey, Bob, if you're in the audience.
So if Elon Musk were to buy Hasbro, you could pretty much guarantee that the Disney IPs, Marvel, Star Wars, etc., would go away. 2, I'm sure a lot of people are going to say, well, what does Elon Musk know about toys, board games, things like that? Probably about as much as he knew about rockets before he started SpaceX. I mean, I don't know. That's the thing about really wealthy, eccentric people who like to throw money around. They tend to just pay for talent. I mean, look at a lot of big sports teams, right? Buy the talent.
It's science, people! Science!
Honestly, I don't know. The Hassenfelds really haven't been in charge of Hasbro for a long time. I personally would argue since Steven Hassenfeld died, really, Alan Hassenfeld, he allowed Ginger Kent to Shanghai G.I. Joe and a lot of other piss poor decisions. Hasbro, they haven't been great since I would argue the mid-teens. In the late aughts and the mid-teens, when they were really firing on all cylinders, they were pretty much bulletproof. But these days, they're just trying to make whatever they can to justify all the money that they give to Disney to license Disney's IPs. And then they're stuck with characters like Admiral Holdo and Rose Tico and whatever crazy garbage that the MCU says they have to make action figures of. And then that stuff just goes to Ollie's and clogs up Ollie's and Ross's, etc. They're not in the greatest position right now. I mean, let's just be honest.
And knowing is half the battle.
I know that there's fans of IPs, Star Wars, Marvel Legends, G.I. Joe, all that stuff, even fans of Monopoly that might be against this. But, if you're fans of the IPs, and this might be something that could strengthen the IPs, okay, whatever. Maybe that's just a giant question mark, kind of a wait and see thing. But the diehard fans of the corporation, the Hasbros, they're going to have a serious problem with it. Even though, Alan Hassenfeld doesn't own Hasbro, and it's pretty much just ran by Ivy League suit and tie people that know more about Excel spreadsheets than they ever knew about what the word toyetic means. But that's the article. We're just going to have to wait and see. Word on the street is that Elon Musk offered 30% over stock value for the company, and they're really taking it seriously. So I don't know. Hold your breath, kids, and we'll just see what's going on. But I want to know what you think. Leave a comment below. Let's talk some, I don't know, corporate takeover of possibly Joe. I know that sucked. Have an awesome day.